Hello, gorgeous goddess. Welcome to another episode recording of the Lovegodesss Podcast with your host, Katya Melvin. And today, actually this week, we are discussing 6 different feminine archetypes. And we already talked about dark feminine energy, dark feminine goddess, right? We already talked the playful Marilyn. And today I want to talk about the alpha woman and dominatrix. I also, I in the beginning, I said that, I embody these energies, but that energy I don't embody very often, even though in the past I have put a lot of content out there, from the parties. This was my fun energy. However, I get into the role really quickly and I am really good at it, I believe. However, this is not something I get an opportunity to embody, and because of my busy work schedule, I stopped going to BDSM parties and focused all of my energy and attention on creating amazing space and community for women. And so that doesn't mean that I'm gonna come back and resume, but I am enjoying playing the dominatrix role, although I would not want to be in that role all day, every day. That is not something that I would want to embody because I already have a lot of masculine energy by being a feminine CEO, which is an archetype I'm going to talk to you in the next episode of our podcast. So there's a lot of masculine energy happening already. And embodying Dom, that's why it came easy to me, because I already know and I was able to channel that energy into more of an alpha woman energy. It's just taking it up, stepping it up, and actually just like incorporating some BDSM techniques into it. And there you have it, that alpha woman. But this is not who I am or want to be, because I am tired as is giving people orders and telling them what to do, right? It's quite like, it takes quite a bit of an energy to maintain that mentality, right? While I love tapping into this from time to time when I have a mood, this is not my primary energy. And I would say I am more of a high priestess archetype, and because I do a lot of spiritual work. Feminine CEO archetype, and if I'm lucky, dark feminine goddess archetype, right? And the reason why I'm saying if I'm lucky is because I've been going through such a intense time of like infrastructure building that I really did not have time to play a lot. But we are almost through this phase, and I am now very mindful, because I almost burned myself out, and very mindful to now like, hey, leave the space for fun and play so I can tap back into that dark feminine goddess archetype again. Anyway, those are the 3 energies I embody daily the most, right? And then on occasion, like every couple of months, maybe, I get to play dominatrix, and it's cool. Why? So let's talk about this energy a little bit. Let's talk about what that is. Now, dominatrix, I call it dominatrix. That is if you are using that energy inside of a BDSM play, which is usually, so from me learning about the community, that's where it gets used the most. But it's alpha woman, and alpha woman energy, woman who is in complete control, right? Over everything, man, life, everything. She wants to be served. She demands, right? She orders, right? She's a bitch. She takes no shit. She needs her thing done that way, not the other one. not the other way, right? She is in complete control. She is the alpha woman. She is a man, a man in a female form, right? Like she embodied that very masculine energy within herself. And guess what starts happening when you do embody the masculine energy? You start attracting feminine men, right? And feminine men come to you and they serve you, and the feminine men are like, it is always, even in like, there's men and a woman, and sometimes a woman is more masculine in relationship than a man, right? And sometimes a man is more masculine than a woman, right? It is a balance, but there's always two energies. That's the only way the dynamic would work. A relationship dynamic would work, as if there is that feminine energy and there's a masculine energy. So in the alpha woman archetype, the woman is in complete control. She is 100% masculine energy at all times, and the other man or women, for that matter, join her in with that feminine energy instead, right? So like serving, ordering, right? Like ordering and serving, right? Being the dominant and being submissive within the BDSM dynamic, right? So that, and again, like I said, I met plenty of women who didn't even know anything about BDSM, who were embodying that kind of energy, that kind of like alpha woman energy, where they were in total control. They have their schedules like all situated. My son goes to aftercare lady, and she's that energy, the alpha woman energy, right? Like not even closely related to any form of BDSM or even sexual energy. It's just how a woman presents herself. If she presents herself as an alpha woman. And so this is almost like in the past, right? In fact, if not used correctly, this could also be a wounded feminine, right? Wounded feminine energy, meaning that when it becomes wounded or toxic feminine energy, when a woman believes that it's not okay to be a woman, it's not safe to be a woman, she needs to be a man, she needs to wear pants, and she just has this like bitterness about the whole masculine world. She hates all men or masculinity or like representation of it. This is when that alpha woman energy becomes wounded feminine energy, is when a woman does not allow herself to tap into her feminine side, and she literally pretends to be a guy, a man, like energetically. And a lot of masculine men would feel that from her, and they would not be attracted to that kind of woman. But feminine men will be, because a lot of men don't want to take on the roles the society is wanting for them to take on. A lot of men don't want to tap into their masculine. They want to be in their feminine energy. They might not even have a word for it. They don't know what it is, but the dynamic would work where if a woman is in charge, her man will be a submissive man, right? So it's just the energy. It's just the law of physics. Energy is nothing but the law of physics, right? And so embodying that alpha woman energy is good for fun. It's good for, playing with it. It's good, but like I would not lead with it unless you feel that you're meant to be a man in this lifetime and you were born in a feminine body. Then yes, do what's yours. Nobody's judging. We'll love everyone. Like, there's that aspect for sure. But if you are a woman and want to be a woman, but you think you need to be a man or pretend. What makes things toxic is when we don't follow our own inner authentic guidance or feelings that like, hey, I want to be masculine woman, right? I want to be masculine woman, but the society or my mom or my friends or whoever tells me that I cannot be a masculine woman, it's not womanly, and I am gonna follow what society tells me instead of what makes me happy. Does it make sense? This is the only time things become toxic, is when you follow the outside opinions or the society and it does not align with who you are. It does not make you feel happy about who you are, what you do, how you live your life, right? I am surrounded by lots of transgender people, men who are transitioning into a woman due to the line of my work. I get to come in contact with a lot of transgender clients, and my core belief is like, you do what makes you happy. If you really believe that, this is the energy like that's gonna truly make you happy, like go for it, right? I am not gonna judge. I've learned to embrace that. In the beginning, it was weird, not gonna lie, but the more I grew, the more I opened up, the more I actually spoke to transgender women, I've learned to understand them and really understand why the desire is there, and honor that desire. Honoring that desire. And honoring that desire is sacred. No matter what body you're born in, no matter what it is, like if it comes from an authentic place, not from a place I have to do or I should do that because the society is telling me to do, because when it comes from that place, that's when it becomes toxic, right? So I know I drifted into a completely different category, and I know it's a very controversial subject, so some of you might want to like comment with their opinion. That's fine. I respect all opinions, just don't be a dick about it, right? With the alpha woman archetype, if you feel that that's truly authentic to you, yes. For me, I don't feel that it's truly authentic to me. I like playing with that archetype. It's fun. It's interesting. I can place orders, and that my orders will be fulfilled and served. It's about playing that game. It's about tapping into that role. It's about feeling that feeling in full power and full control. But then it gets so tiring for a lot of women, because a lot of women are not. That we are in feminine energy of receiving, right? But not through a masculine way. So with that being said, it's cool. I don't embody that energy often. And if it is authentic to you, then you wouldn't be listening on the Femininity podcast, right? You would be in different areas, but we are feminine, like we embody, this is more of a masculine energy. We as a community of women, and if you follow the Love Goddess philosophy and everything Love Goddess related, this would probably not be your energy or your primary energy. It's fun to embody, it's fun to explore, it's fun to play with, but this would not probably be something that you will be embodying daily, because it is a masculine energy, right? And we are teaching the balance of masculine and feminine, and that is super, super important. So with that being said, it is an archetype that is different from the dark feminine goddess archetype. Dark feminine goddess is still a very feminine woman. She's just mysterious, powerful, and she creates pleasure, right? Like in everything, and she creates those questions in your mind where Dom energy or alpha woman energy, while there is still that element of mystery, but not always. It's just as simply, I am your sergeant and you fulfill my orders kind of energy. And it's very straightforward. It does lack some of that mystery element. It's more of a protocolized element. It's very masculine type of energy. It's good to explore just for fun. that is the main difference between the two energies, right? In the beginning, I used to confuse them, the two, but they're different energies. One is definitely more of a masculine energy. Like, yes, dark feminine goddess is powerful in her own way, in the way she's influencing people through her feminine seduction skills, where masculine energy is she is ordering people, right? Like she is, there's no, it's a yes ma'am or nothing, right? So that's the difference between the alpha woman. They're completely different energies. One is masculine energy, one is feminine energy. I did really want to bring that separation forward. That way it is very clear that they're not the same energies. By the way, if you are local to Virginia Beach area, please stop by for your first class. That's only $10. At the Lovegodesss Studio, we have heels, bachata, chair dance, hip hop. We have ecstatic dance and sensual self-touch classes right now available. All the details are below. I hope you get a chance to visit us. We would love to have you. And I'm gonna wrap this episode right now, and I will be coming to talk to you at the next episode about feminine CEO archetype and what that is about, and how you can embody that. Especially if you're a business owner, that will be a helpful episode for you. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time.